Do you have a room in your house that's just kind of a place where everything gets stored and it's not really used for anything? That has happened to me over the last few months because my son moved out in November, and this room that I'm standing in, which I'll give you a tour of in a minute here, it just became a place to store old Christmas stuff, leftover things. Nothing was really happening in here, but I really wanted to turn it into a studio. If you haven't met me before, my name is Dina Rennick. I'm an artist and an art teacher, and I like to try out new things and make things and then show you all how to do it. A lot of times I'm doing how to do art. Today, we're going to learn how to make a studio together. So my niece Autumn and I are gonna come up with a plan and figure out what we want it to look like. I want it to be a space where I can work in it and create art and make videos and do anything creative I want to do in it. So we're gonna do the whole thing on a budget. We're gonna do everything ourselves. And just remember that you can pretty much make anything you want to with a little bit of creativity. So follow along with us. I'm gonna give you the before tour and then show you the process from beginning to end and then how it turned out. Thanks so much for coming along, and let's get started. Good morning. So this is my son's old bedroom, which is now a storage place and catch-all for all kinds of stuff. I'll show you in a second. Me and my niece Autumn are going to turn it into a studio for making art and videos and all kinds of things like that. So let me turn this around and show you. So this is what it looks like. It is full of Christmas things, art supplies, digital things, old football jersey from my son, and this is Christmas stuff. This is the main wall that we're going to focus on today. So we're going to clean out this room, get rid of this couch, paint the walls, and see what happens. All right, so here's where we are now. We have done quite a bit of prep work, shopped. We have it mostly cleared out. We have got the walls for the one wall ready, and we still have a little stuff over here that I have to get either up in the attic for Christmas or over to my son's house. But we have plenty of room now to work. I'll turn it around and show you. This is one of the walls. I think I'm gonna put my desk facing that way, probably. This is gonna be the backdrop wall for when I videotape. We patched the walls. We gotta just sand them down a little bit, but they're ready. Just a few holes to take care of. We have a color scheme ready we're excited about and a plan, and we are gonna get started. The walls are sanded. Autumn got the plastic out and ready, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. We are gonna do a white flat border around the edges of the walls, semi-gloss white on the trim, around doors, baseboards, and then a gray on the walls themselves. So you'll see what that looks like in a minute. So here we go, about to get started. All right, so I don't know what time it is, but we have made some huge progress. We have all of the trim, and Autumn's doing all the flat paint on the edges. Here's Autumn. So she's doing all the border around, and I'm doing all the semi-gloss trim. And I still have another coat to do of the semi-gloss, but the border's almost done. And then tomorrow, when it's dry, we'll tape it and paint the gray and show you what it looks like. Good morning. So this wall we're not going to work on today. We're going to focus on this wall, which is going to be the first backdrop for any videos I shoot. And this is what it looks like right now. We're gonna put blue tape around the outside, pre-hang the shelf so we can have our holes already ready, and then paint the wall gray. So I'll come back with more updates soon. All right, so all of this blue is the masking tape, the painter's tape. That is gonna remain white, and then everything else is gonna be gray. I'm gonna come partway onto this wall today. So I'll do a little bit just to get a feel for what the whole room will be like, but the priority is this wall. So the next thing we're gonna do is move in the dresser and see where we wanna hang the shelf, and then test that out, the holes in, have it pre-ready, and then paint the walls. Next, moving in the dresser, figuring out where the shelves are gonna be. I'm rolling video now. I'm gonna try different distances too. Will you try it, go down like 4 inches? And I'm gonna scooch further away because sometimes I wanna be further away. I kinda think that's good. Okay, go back up to our normal height.
The one that we have more?
Yeah. And then go down 4 inches. How does that look in the real world?
Yeah, that looks like it'll work.
All right, I'm gonna stop this and we can look at the video. So I'm about to clean up the evidence of this, but we have plaster walls with lots of irregular aspects to it. So we had to put, like, I didn't have a stud finder, so we did a whole bunch of test holes until we finally found the right one. So now we're gonna patch that. But this is where we're gonna hang the shelf from a belt and here. So we put and found the holes where we want it first so that when we paint it, it's gonna be already ready to hang. So we've got our holes ready to go now, patch it up and about to paint. All right, so we have the gray paint on there. We're gonna wait for it to dry and then hopefully it doesn't look like it needs another coat after that, and we'll peel off the blue painter's tape. And I'm gonna stain this board, which is actually a fence board, to make our shelf. And Autumn had the idea, it came with corners on one end, so instead of making it shorter, we just put corners on the other end, and I'm gonna stain it now. Okay, the paint has been drying for an hour, and I'm gonna peel off the blue tape. Autumn and I are. It still has to dry another hour after that, but it looks like one coat is enough, which if you remember how dark the blue is, that's pretty awesome. So one coat is on. It is almost ready to go. Pull off the blue tape, then we'll see how it looks. Our first batch. Nice.
Oh, it's gonna look so good.
Yes. All right. Now. This is gonna look awesome. I wonder if I can just peel the whole thing off. Look at that.
Oh.
So you grab this one. Keep on going. This is gonna look amazing. Awesome.
It's very luxurious.
Isn't it?
Ooh, this is very sticky.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom, I have some tradition.
And then we have this last little tiny piece up here. Can you reach it? Boom. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna have to back up even more, but check out. What do you think, Autumn?
I love it. It looks so good. Oh, even better when we put the shelf up.
Yeah. So here it is now. The nice white border all the way around. And we're waiting for this board to finish drying and another hour on the walls, and then we can hang up the shelf. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So loving it?
I love it.
Are you loving it, Autumn?
I love it. But it's not my thumb.
It's true. Good job, us. So I stained this, and I just did my best guess at the store when I bought the stain. It's pretty, but it's pretty dark, and I want it to be a little bit more light and reddish. So I'm gonna see what happens if I add a little bit of some acrylic paint to kind of lighten it up a little bit. So that's what I'm about to do here. So here's the wood now that I adjusted it. It's not an exact match, but I think it looks a little bit better. I used red, yellow, brown, and white paint and a bunch of water and just kind of blended it on there. I think I like how it looks. And now we're gonna hang it up here with some belts. I want to make sure it's in the center. Scooch this over. I mean, like mostly in the center anyway. What do you think about? Does that look middle?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna undo this so it's laying flat. Does it still look center? Little.
That's about right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so this is how we're going to put the belt into the wall. So we've got these deck screws with a star bit, and we have a star bit there for our drill. And then we're going to put it into, but we're going to do this into a small one and then into a bigger one so the screw won't rip out of the belt. Make sure I got it in here. I'm going to screw it by hand just to make sure it's through the two holes of the belt first. And we had some struggles, but we were smart and got the whole situation figured out before we painted. So now all we have to do, hopefully, is put this in there and screw it in. I hope this works.
Me too. That would have been probably an hour of work if it doesn't work. All for nothing. It's okay, at least we found
The studs.
the studs that are not evenly spaced apart and are hard to find because of the classroom walls.
Alright, here we go, let it drill. Fingers crossed. Get this be centered on there as much as I can. What's that? Oh, that seems sturdy. What do you think?
I like it. It looks really cool
Yeah,
too.
I love how I actually like the two
Washers.
washers. Yeah, I really like the two washers. I think it looks cool. All right, let's do the other one.
Should I record it?
Sure. All right, do you have the other? Okay, wonderful. Okay. And if you can avoid doing, oh, you got it. I love how that looks. Videotape do a little shot of the. Ready to go. I've got the washers and the screw put in the hole already. And then here is our pre-drilled hole from before we even painted the wall.
There she is.
Yeah. Put that in there. when I get a little closer, I'll readjust the washes. Super nice and even. That looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure the belt is even. Is that good right there?
I like it.
Alright.
Antina, you should totally do a half sleeve.
Oh, it looks good, doesn't it? That looks good, right? I think I might put that one in a little bit more, like how this kind of sunk into the water.
Yeah. Let's share that, shall we?
Yes, we shall. And are you recording right now?
Yep.
Good. I just want everyone to know that Autumn is amazing, and this would have never happened if she was not here with all of her collaborating ideas. Shall we go ahead and put this in?
We shall.
There we go. Also, we're gonna pull that through, and then we're gonna try not to get the paint.
Wet paint on our paint.
Yeah. I'm so in love with it already.
I am.
And then, if you can kind of go like, yeah, so we can kind of get that.
Kind of shape it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. So awesome.
It's so fun. You had such a good idea.
So the shelf was Autumn's idea, the floating shelf, and then I thought of, we were looking at brackets, and then I thought of the belts, and we just are an awesome team. So let's see how that looks. Look at that. So this is it. Autumn, I love it. There's our floating shelf. Oh, look at you. How cool.
You're gonna be able to put so many cool things on that just because like everything you have saved.
My little things that I've been saving here and there. I think the length is great, don't you?
I do too. I'm happy we decided to not do the 3.
Right, because at first we were thinking like 4 shelves.
Right.
Well,
Now we gotta get your desk in there.
yeah, let's do it. All right. Okay, we're about to show you the big reveal. We love it. We're super excited. I'm about to turn it around and show you what we came up with. Most of the decorating is Autumn's brainstorms, which look beautiful. And I'm about to turn around and show you. All right, here it is. Could not be happier. It is so awesome, and I love it so much. Y'all, I just love this so much I can hardly even stand it. What a difference, huh? So here it is. The finished project. I'm so excited. This was so much fun to turn this bedroom into a studio. I have this whole wall done. I could not be happier with it, and it was so much fun to do. It's so much fun to collaborate with my niece Autumn. I hope you guys had a good time and enjoyed following along with the process. I have 3 more walls to do, but I still have plenty of supplies left to do that with, and the whole thing costs less than $150, including the paint and the shelf materials and everything else that I needed. So we did really good. We bought our supplies and used everything that we bought, but we didn't have anything left over except for we have enough paint to finish up. So the next thing I'm gonna do after this is finish the walls and put the Christmas supplies up in the attic. The next thing I'm gonna do is figure out what my work surface will be for when I need that. I also ordered some lighting. Right now I'm using the natural light from my windows, which is fortunately quite a bit of light. So I think it's pretty good. but I will be getting some lighting in, I think tomorrow, and then we'll see how that is and play with that. Remember that if there's something you want to learn how to do or figure out how to do, you can put your creativity into it and you can do pretty much anything you want to do. So again, Autumn, thank you so much for all your awesome ideas and all your hard work. And thank you all for joining us on this adventure. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel and join me for the next video. Thank you so much for coming by. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I love you. Bye.